Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Um, I'm here today. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel okay. Last time I was like, I feel shitty, I feel bad. Ooh, I feel shitty, I feel bad, I don't feel good. Blah 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 blah. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm much better now. Time heals all, and I think I just need to wait it out. Also, I was probably going through withdrawals from my anxiety medication, so that's probably why I was feeling so shitty. Like, that's probably why. But I figured that out after the fact. So, and I'd only been on it 2 weeks, and then I went off of it because it wasn't working. And then it took 2 weeks to leave my system. And those 2 weeks were hell. Okay, it was absolutely horrible. And I felt like a dog waiting to be put down because it was actually horrible. And I was wondering why I was feeling so miserable, and it was unbearable, so bad. And then I realized I stopped taking my anxiety medication, and I just went cold turkey, which don't do. Don't go cold turkey. Don't do that. But now I'm here. I'm just chilling. I'm just existing. I'm just living. Um, and there's a lot that I could talk about. There's so much going on. The Pope died. Whoa, like that. I don't really know. I'm not Catholic. I don't really know anything about that, but that's what I heard. And there's everything. There's everything. There's so much. There's so much. And also, people are using AI to make starter packs. What is this about? Let's talk about that, because why? Like, I saw this from somebody else, right? Where it's like people are using, not people, well, people, but also companies are using AI to make starter packs. I I will talk about AI because I genuinely, now it's pissing me off. Because at first, okay, and this, my perspective as an artist, whatever, right? AI genuinely, at first I just thought, okay, goofy, silly, dumb, whatever. I thought, whatever, it's whatever. At first I was like, oh, that's interesting. You can type in stuff and it'll make a photo that looks like what you typed in, and you can make a unicorn taking a piss and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever, yeah, okay. Like, it's just a side thing, you know what I mean? It's not anything to worry about. It's just a side thing that makes these like interesting images, and maybe it could be like, I don't know, like interesting for brainstorming, I guess, if you're like unimaginative or something like that. And you're like a company and you don't want to hire an artist, like maybe whatever. And now it's gotten to the point where it's like everything that I see, bro, is AI. I'll be on Pinterest, I'll be just scrolling, just chilling. And then I'll see this cool art piece and I'll be like, oh, that's nice. And I go to click on it. And then in the comments, somebody's like, oh, this is AI. I'm sorry? My ass. Me, bro. There did not need to be a like on that. I can't tell if it's AI or not. And it'll be like digital art too. And I'll be like, oh, that's so cool. And then look at the comments and they'll be like, oh, by the way, this is AI. Right. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? No, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Say that again. So it's just this like inundation of AI, and it feels like AI is slowly like seeping and like crawling and leeching its way into my life in the form of art. And I hate to see it, especially now in videos where it's like, okay, fake trailers with like fake YouTube trailers for like movies that don't exist. Like, I don't know, just think of any, like if you go to whatever and type in like AI trailer, you'll like there'll be stuff. There'll be so much BS, right? And then I'm thinking what's not AI then? Because like what is and what's not? I'm starting to think everything is AI. I just saw a music video. I'm not gonna say which music video, but it's by a very prominent rapper who is known to indulge in a specific plant every single day, and he's talking about his experience with that plant. And I don't want to accuse him of using AI, but that there is AI in that video. Trust. Just watch the video. You'll see music video. You'll see there's AI in that video. Do you know what I mean? And please don't sue me or whatever. Potentially, hypothetically, allegedly, there's AI in that video. Okay, so allegedly there is. And I'm just like, it really frustrates me because these are people who, companies with the starter packs, musicians or whatever with music videos. These are people who can hire an artist, and if you can't hire an artist, then make the art yourself and just try. I'm sorry, there was a truck passing by. I don't know what that means, but like what? And I saw a video that was like in defense of bad art, like why AI is, blah blah blah. Like people need to start making bad art, and I'm assuming the video was going to talk about like the standards of like people turn their nose too much at like bad art, and people should be allowed to make bad art, and this kind of like maybe perfectionism leads into people thinking, okay, now I need to do it with AI because I can't draw it myself, but I want it to look perfect or whatever, or like it's too much work for me to draw it myself. And you know what? Yeah, I get it. Sometimes I have this cool idea and I'm like, damn, but that'd be like a lot. Like I think that's beyond my skill level. Like that I don't think I can draw, right? But then I'll find a time and sit down and draw it and try, even if it looks like shit. Because where in what timeline and am I gonna sit down and go, My Little Pony as human people, and type that in the AI and see what I get? No, I'm just not. It's not. And I get it. I get it, but no, I don't. I really don't. Because at a certain point, right? Like, if you want to make something and you have that, you're like, I want to draw something, and I have this idea in mind, and I really don't know what it might look like, but I really want to draw it, but I don't know if I have the skill, and I'm like, just try and see where it goes. I think that's the thing about art, is that it's not gonna look exactly as you imagine it in your head. Because if it looked exactly as you imagined it in your head, then what's the point of learning? What's the point of trying and trial and error or whatever and making mistakes and this like that? Like, what's the point of that if you can just basically copy exactly what you see in your head? I feel like then it just removes the fun, it removes the mystery, it removes the everything, right? And so I think with AI, it's just like, if you can create exactly what you see in your head by just like typing it up into OpenAI or whatever, like, what is the point then? Cut out the middleman, okay, cut out the artist or whatever, but then it's like you remove all the passion, the soul, the creativity. People have said this before. Every other person has said this before. This is not anything new. And I think that AI is useful, just not in these things that are so human, like art and writing and blah 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 blah, and creative things. Like, somebody was like, "Oh yeah, AI can do surgery on a grape or something." Or no, I'm mixing it up. Wait, I'm mixing it up. But literally, okay, a robot can do surgery on a grape, and then what is it? AI can detect breast cancer months before something can, right? That's useful. That's very useful. That's extraordinary, right? That's what AI should be used for. I don't want to see a freaking picture of Shrek in a Barbie costume and then I go to the comments and somebody's like, it's AI. Hey man, if I wanted to see a picture of Shrek in a Barbie costume, I would go look at an artist who is drawing Shrek in a Barbie costume. I don't want to see Shrek with 6 fingers. I'm getting heated because now it's too much. Now y'all are pushing it. Now AI is like in every little thing. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, by the way, it's AI. I don't want to. I don't want to AI. I don't want to AI. I don't want to see people AI. I don't want AI. Right? And, you might be like, oh, it's complaining about advancements of the future, about robots versus humans, or something, I don't know. But it's more like humans versus humans. Humans are programming these things. Humans are creating the pool of information that these algorithms, structures, AI, whatever it takes from, right? So they use, it's not like AI is training itself. Humans are training AI, right? So it's like, when we really think about it, right? And we really, Terminator, iRobot, is that the movie? I don't know. Just anything where, as you can tell, I don't know a lot about movies about robots, but any movie that you have, WALL-E, is WALL-E anti-robot or pro-robot? I don't know, and maybe it's even more complicated than that. But all these movies where you have robot against human, and we have this fantasy or this fear, this dystopia where robots are going to turn against us, like they get too intelligent and then the creation turns against creator. It's like, yeah, maybe, but also, who created that creation? Humans. Exactly. So really I think really the fear that we're projecting when we talk about robots getting so advanced that they have their own feelings and they're sentient and they're this and that, and they get upset because we've been basically abusing them and using them as tools for labor, is just this extension of like human versus human. Like trying to keep power and being afraid that the people that you're using for that power will turn against you. That's what robot versus human is. It's just an extension of that. And we want the robots to lose. We want the humans to win because humans are feeling and robots are not. But who created the robot? And who programmed the robot? And who gave the robot the information? Who gave the robot all of these feelings? You know what I mean? Maybe I'm like going insane, and maybe I'm talking and it's not making any sense, and that's okay. But I just think that it's like, we know we are exploiting things and people, and the fear that we project with these robot versus human things and books and movies and whatever, it's just the fear that the exploited will be justifiably angry and turn against the people in power, turn against the one who's dominating them, the one who's controlling them. And we're scared because we as humans want to be in control of something that's not us. I mean, we want to, like, I just don't even, I don't know. I think really that this is maybe I don't know enough to talk about this. Maybe I don't. I don't know a lot about robots or AI or like technology in that way and algorithms and things like that. But I'm tired of AI. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm tired of like AI art and AI writing and AI this and that and creative stuff. Um because it's just like it's very redundant and it doesn't look nice. Like, I'm sorry. You can tell it's AI because in a video, like, the movements will be really jerky, it won't make any sense, like physics don't make any sense, blah blah blah. At a certain point you'll be like, okay. And then they only show like 5 seconds of like a person moving, then they cut to the next thing, and then they cut to the next thing, and it's very short cuts and cuts and cuts and cuts. Like, that will tell you that, like, okay, maybe that's AI. But also AI is getting better. And what does that say for artists and writers and creative people? Um this is nothing new though. People have already been talking about this. And I just want to just put my take out there and be like, okay, AI, this is how I feel about AI. Cuz I don't know. I mean, like, that's what that is, right? And so that's all I have to say. Okay. Goodbye.